Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. Hash it out with Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. Brought to you by Redmond Wholesale.
Hi, I'm Carl Markman with Redmond Wholesale. We're incredibly proud of our history of educating and partnering with the broker and banker community to prepare you for what's next. We've always been committed to same-day turn times on initial underwrites, which allows us to earn your business each and every day. We're happy to sponsor the following program.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Hash It Out. I'm here with Brian Stevens, and I, of course, am Frank Garay. Today, we're going to talk about this, Brian. I'll give you the question, give me your thoughts. I'll, of course, give you guys mine, and then you guys can let us know what you think down below.
Okay.
In the mortgage industry, back in the day, the good old days, there were huge events. In fact, there's still one, the Mastermind one that goes on in Vegas every year. It's a big, big event. But there used to be a lot more events all over the country. They used to get packed out all the time. Now, not so much. You know, not a lot going on event-wise as far as attendance and all that kind of stuff. Events, Brian Stevens, are they worth it, yes or no?
Attending them online or attending them in person?
In person.
That's the reason, by the way, why I think they're smaller. 10 years ago, when you were still writing loans, you know, when you were a young man, 20 years ago,
right?
You know, people weren't really using the internet as a form of communication. And right now, you can do a lot of these events or listen to a lot of these speakers online and get the same message. The difference is, as we all know, it is better to actually, you know, interact with somebody on a personal level because there's an emotional interaction that takes place here, which I think might be more inspiring. And let's face it, inspiration is what people are really looking for when they go to these seminars, these events. They want to go there and be inspired to do better than what they're currently doing.
Right. Well, I think that you're right. If you're doing something online, you have a much higher probability that you can get distracted, you could walk away from it, you'll come back to it later, but when you're there in person, you're immersed in it. You're right there, you're getting the full effect. But I hear a lot of complaints, though, that they say, that people are saying, you know, you go to these events and all this is people trying to sell me something. Why can't I just go and learn something? You know, I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, okay, people are trying to sell you stuff at events, and you know, some of it's good, and some of it's maybe not so good. A lot of what I see being sold at events is being packaged as a magic pill. If you buy my magic pill and eat it, you won't have to work any harder or change your habits. You will simply find riches where you haven't so far. And I don't like that message, and I see a lot of it. But that message is generally packaged with good messages, things that we should be doing. You know, and by the way, none of this is reinventing the wheel. You've never sat down and listened to a speaker at one of these events who said, you know what, you need to go to work today and keep complaining about absolutely everything and don't change any of your habits. That's what you need to. I mean, nobody has ever said that before. So regardless of who the speaker is, you can glean inspiration from any of them, really. But it's just a matter of, here's the problem, because we do a lot of speaking. The problem is that people will go to these events, they'll get inspired, they'll go back to their office and say, okay, I'm going to be better about things, and then sit there and stare at their phone. So are these things worth it? Well, yeah, they're worth it because the message is there and it's easy to get inspired. The problem is not with those putting on these seminars and these events. The problem is with the attendees and holding on to whatever message that they got that meant something to them, and really applying that to the profession down the road.
Yeah, I think that what is my experience, and I know yours as well, because we do this together all the time, is that when you actually get out and go to an event, physically go, it's probably one of the only times that you actually get out of the damn office to do anything. Okay, so, I mean, we all talk about we should go network, we should get out, we should go visit people, rub elbows, you know what I mean? Yeah, do that kind of thing, but we rarely ever do it. So going to the event, you're going there, and it's a multi-purpose, you know, thing to do because, okay, you get some information from the speakers, maybe you will find some products that are good for you, but there's always that time where you've got the time to network and kind of hang out with people and chat them up at the bar and that kind of a thing. And I tell you, a lot of our success, believe it or not, has come from the chatting it up at the bar over the, you know, the event itself. And I think that would bode the same for anybody in the industry, whether you're a loan originator or even a processor, whatever the case may be. Just mingling with the other originators out there, the other people that are in the industry, things just happen, and it's kind of a way of forcing you to get out there.
Let me ask you this. Why are the most successful events always in Atlantic City or Las Vegas?
Why?
Well, because people are going to these events by and large, not necessarily to hear the message,
Right.
but they're going there to tear it up.
Right, they're going to
I
the
mean,
party.
we've seen that. I mean,
Right.
how many times have you gone to day 2 of one of these big old get-togethers, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, nobody's at the first speaker, and at
Right.
9 o'clock in the morning,